Hey guys, so today what I'm going to do is I have to take the forks off my bike because I have to get new fork seals put in because the right one is leaking and it's been leaking for a bit now and it's just getting to the point where it's leaking a bit too much and I'm a bit worried about it. So while I'm not really riding my bike too much, I'm just going to rip it apart and get those done. So the guy's going to be able to do them today or tomorrow. I mean tomorrow or the next day. So I'll get most of it taken apart today, or might get all of it taken apart. So what I first got to do is remove the front fairing there. This big one that goes on here. I might remove the bottom one as well. It just makes the life a bit easier. But I don't really have to. Then once that's all free, I'll remove the tank and the seat. And then I got quite a lot of room to work with. The tank doesn't really need to come off. I'll just see when I get there, but it just gives me a little bit more room. Because I do need to strap this up. I'll get to that in a second. So having the tank off gives me a bit more room to strap it up. And yeah, so I'll just show you the, you can see, yeah, all the brake, fork fluid and stuff, and it's just, yeah, not very good. So it's time to get those off. The other one is fine, but I mean, when you change them, you change both of them and all the oil and that sort of thing, so it would be good to get them done anyway. So once the front fairing is off and the tank is off, then I can just loosen the wheel, and then I've got to hang the bike up. And once that's hung up, what you do is, once the tank is removed, you get snatch-on straps, and I'm going to strap it up with quite a few straps just to this beam up here. Strap it around there. It's quite strong, so I strap it up right near the corner there, and then I'll remove the front wheel and loosen off the forks and take those off. The bars actually, there should be little screws under these caps. They just loosen out there, and so I don't have to remove any of this stuff. These will just hang there, and that'll stay on there, and then the whole forks will drop through. I might have to remove the ignition, but just a few little things. So better get started, because it's going to be a big job. Alrighty, so I've removed the forks. So that took me about maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour, and that's how it looks now. So basically what I removed is the fairing there. I had to remove the tank. There was, because strapping it up, you can't really strap it anywhere. So this is how I've strapped it up. I've put two straps, as you can see. So what I've done is I've strapped them through this, which is pretty damn strong. And then what I've done is gone up, over, down to here. Actually, it wraps around the beam here twice, and then it comes down, and then it finally is strapped onto here. So the cables, there's no tension really in them at all, because I mean, I've got two straps on there just to be safe, but they will support like 5 ton. They're only really supporting, because I've got the center stand down and I've got it sitting on the rear wheel, so it's really only supporting maybe 80 kilos, 100 kilos, maybe a little bit more, maybe. But the bike itself weighs, right now, with all this stuff on there, probably weighs about 120 kilos. So it's only supporting, about 80, maybe less. So basically what I had to do, like I said, remove the front fairing. That was pretty easy. And then I had to remove this, which is the lights and speedo assembly. That pretty much comes off with 3 bolts. You got two there, and you got one there. Then you got all the little cables to go along with it. I also had to take off the mirrors because they mount on, like, if you don't take the mirrors off, you can't take the front fairing off. Then I had to take off the little horn just so I could get a little bit more room. And then I undid the handlebars, which just comes out with a bolt there and a bolt there. And then you have to take out this center bolt, which is just sitting in here at the moment, just so I don't lose it. You have to undo that center bolt, and that was pretty tight. I had to get the breaker bar sort of thing on there to undo that. And then that pops out. This is just hanging. It's just sort of sitting on that thing there, but it balances pretty well. I'll probably just hang it up with a bit of wire just to support it, just in case, in a sec. Yeah, well, then once you undo that, there's this little collar, and you have to undo that. I just did that with a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and hit there. And the collar is screwed onto here. It's quite a fine thread. So you can see that there, and the grease on there is pretty disgusting, so I'll re-grease that. In here sits all ball bearings, usually. And I wasn't really aware of that. I thought there was actually because in the other ones I had, there was actually a pair of like ball bearing rings, but these ones are just ball bearings and they sit inside there. Yeah, they're just sort of sitting there, and the grease is horrible in there, you can see. So when I took it out, they all fell out, but luckily because they had grease all over them, they didn't go very fast. I could find them all, and I put them away safe. So yeah, then I had to remove the mudguard just off the forks. So once you undo those two, the bolt on top and the lock collar, and take off handlebars, the forks pretty much drop out. Obviously I had to take off the front wheel. While I was there, I had a look at the front brake pads, and they're pretty much due for changing soon. So I won't replace them yet. I have to order off some. See, they've probably got about, yeah, they're in need of a changing anyway. So I'll order some off eBay, and it's really easy to change them anyway. So, but it's just good that I can see that they're in need of a changing. Anyway, got all the front wheel off, and that's the speedo, and that's the front axle, and then hung it up and took all that off, and yeah, now I'm here now. The handlebars, you don't actually have to take any of this out. This just sits there, so you don't have to take any of the hard bits off, which is really good. So now I'm going to take the forks to Gav from GD Engineering, and he's going to put new fork seals and oil in there, and he's also going to polish them and check them, make sure they're all good, and polish them up so they run nice. And then I'll have them back by tomorrow afternoon and put it all back together again. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll show you the end result and just a bit of a what I thought of, because I haven't actually had the forks on there with new oil and seals in there yet. When I got the bike, they were leaking already as well, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how the bike's going to handle with new fork oil and new seals. So yeah, it's really exciting. So I'll catch you later.